Hello and welcome to today's session. Today's session we are reviewing Anatomy 2. Anatomy 2 course outline. It is HNS 111B Anatomy 2. So the purpose of this course is that it provides the nurse with a better understanding of the human anatomy and structure. Remember, in the anatomy one, we are looking at the introduction. So here we are we are delving deeper into the 12 body systems. Remember, a link for the 12 body systems will be popping up. You can still review the 12 body systems at your own time. So the main learning outcomes will be number one, to look at tissue level organization of the body, of the human body. Number two, we want to look at the structural organization and location of the human organs and their relationship. Then look at the major system, the skeletal system, and then have a brief overview of the other body systems. Okay? So the course content, we're going to start with the tissue level organization of the body, where you're going to describe the cell junctions, describe the epithelial tissue, describe the connective tissue, describe membranes, and finally describe muscle tissue. Number two, we'll be looking at structural organization and location of human organs and their relationship. We describe the structures of the head, structures of the neck, structures of the trunk, structures of the perineum, structures of the upper limbs. Describe the structures of the lower limb, guys. So this one you're going to look at topographic anatomy, where we're going to look at the head, the neck, the trunk, and the limbs, okay? A link again will be popping up on the regions of the anatomical body, okay? From there, we'll be looking at the integumentary system, where we're going to define the integumentary system, describe the structure of the skin, describe the functions of the skin, and describe the accessory structures of the skin. The skeletal system, which is also the main one here, we state the functions of the bones and the skeletal system. We describe the structure of bones. We discuss the histology of the human bones tissue. We describe the blood supply and nerve supply of the bones, explain briefly the bone formation process, outline the different types of bones and their functions, and describe the division of the human skeletal, okay? The appendicular skeletal and the axial skeleton, okay? So also the anatomy song is going to be popping up. You can also listen to the song and that should remind you all the 206 bones. Next, we'll look at the joints. You describe the joint classification, explain the types of movement at the synovial joints, discuss the factors affecting contact and range of motion at synovial joint. Then look at the muscular system. We'll explain the functions of the muscular system, properties of the muscular system, describe the connective tissue components, describe the macroscopic anatomy of muscles, explain the contraction and relaxation of skeletal muscles. We'll explain the naming of the skeletal muscles. How are muscles named? Okay. Then discuss the muscles of different body regions. What about the nervous system? On the nervous system, we'll be able to describe the nervous system, describe the spinal cord and spinal nerves, discuss the brain and cranial nerves, and then describe the autonomic nervous system. On the special senses, we'll be looking at olfaction, that is the sense of smell, gustation, the sense of taste, and the sense of seeing. Um, then look at the vision, hearing, and equilibrium. On the endocrine system, we look at the endocrine glands, brief overview on the hypothalamus, pituitary gland, thyroid gland, adrenal gland, the pancreas, ovaries and testes, pineal gland, thymus, and endocrine tissues and organs. We'll also be looking at the cardiovascular system, the blood, the anatomy of the heart, blood vessels, hemodynamics, circulatory routes. Look at the lymphatic system, about the functions of the lymphatic system, components of the lymphatic organs and tissues. Respiratory system will be the next, where we'll be reviewing the nose, pharynx, larynx, the trachea, the bronchi, and finally the lungs. On the digestive system, we'll begin with the layers of the gastrointestinal tract, okay? mucosa, submucosa, serosa, submuscularis, the neural innervation of the gastrointestinal tract, the peritoneum, the organs of the digestive system. On the urinary system, we'll be looking at the functions of the kidneys, ureter, urinary bladder, and urethra. Finally, on the reproductive systems, we'll be reviewing the male reproductive system,